Kanye West had his first presidential rant or speech, and he's just like Donald Trump. The media loves to take one part out of context, lie about it, say it was dumb when it wasn't, and ignore hundreds of other amazing things that he said. The headline swirling around social media right now is Kanye West says Harriette Tubman never actually freed the slaves during his South Carolina campaign rally. Here's that Harriette Tubman clip going viral, but I'm gonna let the camera play unlike them, and you can watch the second half of that rant that of course nobody's showing.
When Harriette Tubman never actually freed the slaves. She just had the slaves go work for other white people. The National Basketball Association is not owned by any blacks. Universal Music is not owned by any blacks. Any celebrity that you see talking is not the real power. Because the real power that I am putting my mind on the life today to speak about, you don't see them. You don't see the real power. You don't know who's putting the internet in your school just to track you. You don't know who's targeting you. Black woman in between the ages of 12 to 21 that follows this person in order to buy this product. You don't know who's the head of the boards. In risk or no risk of losing whatever deal possible, I am not on the board at Adidas.
And dumb people take a Harriette Tubman quote out of context, ignore exactly what he's talking about, and laugh and say, ha ha ha, I'm so much smarter than Kanye, what a dummy.
Excuse me, sir? Excuse me? What we're not gonna do is act like black people are crazy for being upset with Kanye West's statements. The first time that he talked about slavery, he said that slavery was a choice. And we tried to tell him that those statements were problematic. But we forgave him. We tried to bring him back in. Not everybody, but we tried to bring him back in because he came out as bipolar. And he comes back in 2020 during the Black Lives Movement and during a time when the pandemic is killing black people at an alarming rate. And he talks about how Harriette Tubman did not free the slaves. No, sir. We know exactly what he is saying. We know what he is doing, and we're not here for it. He said what he said because he wanted to incite an emotional reaction from us. And that is the same way that Trump ran his campaign, through fear and emotions. But black people have a right to feel emotional about slavery. That is not something to be used for your campaign during a time when everybody is going through something and everybody is suffering. This is not okay. And we have to hold him accountable. People think that Kanye West is saying something so profound. There are so many black intellectuals that have spoken on the mental slavery that black people still have to go through. Yes, we were freed, but black people were mentally enslaved. We were taught to think that we are not good enough, that we are not human. And you think that we took his words out of context and that we're overreacting? No, we can't allow Kanye to keep talking in this manner because it's simply not right. Kanye could have said his words in so many ways. He could have said, although Harriette freed the slaves physically, the slaves were not freed mentally. And even Harriette brought this up. She said, had they known that they were slaves, I could have freed so many more. So you're going to take the sacrifice and all of the hard work that Harriette Tubman did, and you're going to say, oh, she didn't do nothing much. She just freed, she didn't even free the slaves. Brother Kanye, what did you do for black people? I'll wait. I am sick and tired of people talking bad about black women. You will not talk about Miss Harriette Tubman, honey. That is my hero. That is our hero. And she should be honored and upheld. If Kanye West is truly the intellect that you believe he is, then he should be able to know how to use his words. He should be able to know how to say something to capture everyone without inciting negative emotions. There are so many black intellects out there, and you want to follow Kanye West? Kanye West is going through something emotionally. He is up and down, and that is part of being bipolar. And he is going through manic episodes right in front of our eyes. And you are applauding his actions because he's Kanye West and he makes good music. This is what's wrong with our society today. We lack the morals to say to someone, that is not okay. And when we say to someone that is not okay, we're taking things out of context. When we say to someone, you can't do that, there are other people in this world to consider. You say, oh, you're taking my freedom of speech. Well, you know what? Kanye exercised his freedom of speech. But there are consequences. We're not going to act like black people are crazy for thinking that Kanye West's words are problematic. We're not going to act like we took his words out of context. He said what he said, and he knew what he was doing. He was taking a play from Trump's playbook. And unfortunately for Brother Kanye, he doesn't understand you are a black man, a black rapper. The things that people say, you care about. You do. You can act like you don't, but you care about it. Now, Trump is a classic narcissist. He could care less about what people think. It's all about him. You cannot run the same playbook that Trump does. I woke up and this really upset me. That you're telling people that they took it out of context. We didn't take anything out of context. Harriette Tubman did free slaves. And it's up to slaves to free themselves mentally. So don't ever minimize the hard work and sacrifice that Harriette Tubman did and countless other African American women who put their lives on the line to sacrifice for other people. We do this every day. We're doing it right now. And yes, we're upset, as we should be.